Hello everyone, I am Julia Austin, the Violence Prevention Coordinator and Advocate at Hands of Hope Resource Center in Todd and Morrison County. Hands of Hope understands during this sensitive time in the pandemic era, we are to practice safe protocols, which is why we are utilizing our creative ideas such as our social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, our website, Twitter, and YouTube to connect with our community. All can be found simply by searching Hands of Hope Resource Center or going to the description below to find them. So let's get into our topic that we are discussing today. We are going to be focusing on how to become a positive change agent. I have compiled 7 steps today to share how to become a change agent. So let's get started. Step 1 is understanding what a change agent actually is. The definition that I have found is, it's someone who makes change, positive change in the world, in your community, in your work, in churches, whatever it may be, it's change. That's it. We all experience change in every facet of our everyday life. We are all changing, and it's important to understand that. Whether it is the obvious fact that each day we are one day older, or that we have learned something from yesterday's experience, or whether we have simply changed our outfit. Change is a part of us, and it's part of human civilization. So now that we understand what a change agent is, we can move into step 2. Step 2 is reflecting on the change in your life. This may not seem that important, but just take a moment to think deeply about the changes you have experienced in your life. Whether you changed your career, changed a partner you've had, or you changed your living situation. In each case, ask yourself, did you initiate the change or was the change brought upon you? Did you move because you had to relocate for a job, or did you need more income? Or were any of these changes in your life inevitable? How did you react to some of the big events in your life? Were you anxious, stressed out, eager, excited for the change? It's important to know how you react and respond to change. This will give you a keen insight into how you would fare as a change agent. So now that we understand how to reflect on our changes in our life, let's step into our next step, step 3. Start picking a cause you would like to change. What do you want to change? Maybe it's a small business model, your career, or for me, my cause lies in my education. I am someone who is dedicated to making change in the education system. There are many ways to do this. I love to find out resources. I love to research things. I do a lot of reading. For me, these are just a few of the ideas that I have swirling around in my head that keep me awake at night. Make sure that the causes you choose is one that you absolutely love. For me, I love education and I love to learn. And I want to always continue opening different ideas to how to learn. And I want to be open about that and have a mindful opportunity for that. So change is not something that would happen overnight. I mean, it can, but it's important to understand that it can take time. And depending on the cause that you have, you might be dedicating years of your life to fulfilling this change. But once you have chosen a cause, stick to it. Since changes come slow, keep chipping away at it one day at a time. It's important. In order to be effective and efficient, you need to understand that your environment you are wanting to change. So that brings me to step 4, which is understanding the environment or the surrounding you are in that you are trying to change. Now that you have chosen a cause to change, you'll need to understand the environment with which you are in for this cause that exists. Our organizations are complex systems. Everything that we experience can be very complex, and there are difficult situations to approach. Unless you can find an area to leverage or an area that you have expertise in. By analyzing the situation that you are in that you want to change, you will be better prepared in your action plan for making the change. You can do this by reaching out to resources, doing a lot of research, writing papers, reading articles. There are a variety of ways to do this, as well as shadowing different environments, seeing how they do things. But now that we understand that it's important to realize the environment that we are in for our change, we can move on to step 5. Step 5 is executing the change. It should be stressed here that change doesn't come overnight. It can come very slowly, especially in bigger organizations with true systematic change. So it's important to find leverages, connections. It's important to network, analyze, and reflect on the change that you are going to be implementing. Are you trying to be more optimistic in your life? Whether that is, you might want to start by creating a plan for yourself. How are you going to do this? And by that, you can assess while you are making this change. And now that we understand that we're going to be executing the change in a way that we planned out, we can move into step 6, reflecting on the change that you have experienced. So how are things going? Did your action plan work? Are you ready to give up? Are you having some success? It's important to reflect on the cause that you are extremely important about. Whether your action plan was successful or non-successful, that doesn't mean that your change didn't work. For example, did you find out some people that were really supportive? Maybe you could collaborate with them. Maybe you can use that as a leverage. If you don't want, if you think your message isn't clear, maybe get some more insight on why that is. And so now that we reflect and have that understanding of how we put into our action plan, it's important to focus on our next step, 7, which is basically to repeat all the steps again. And this is important because we never know if our change is going to be sustainable. Things happen every day. And it's important to understand that there are going to be obstacles in our way of our change. Some people aren't going to like it. Some people are going to give us constructive feedback. Some people are going to give us coaching. And it's always important to grow and learn from our changes. I appreciate you all for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and check out all of our social media accounts down below. We would love to collaborate, connect, and support each other. Have a great day.